For some, those words are corny. For others, they are typical. For some, they are very frequent. But for me, I'd say they're powerful. That is the words of true kindness, true understanding, true heartwarming. In the world of Nanatsu no Taizai and in the real world now also, there's always been a theme that some look down on some just because of who they are and what they are and stuff and like that. But what she says here, even though some may say it's not powerful, I felt it had an extremely powerful meaning. She said that both the night and the dawn, they bathe both the demons, the goddesses, the fairies, the giants, and the humans. So who decides what is a person's worth? Not Elisabeth, not Meliodas, not even the Demon King, not even Ludacel. Who decide? Everyone is equal. That is what she feels. And I have to say that is a very powerful ability. And we also see a bit more of her power. And I gotta say, whoever Goddess Elisabeth were, or who she is, it's obvious that she is gone. It's the fact that it's still a wonder, though, if the human Elisabeth, if she could access this power, she may very well just could have saved everything. And yes, I am late in the introduction. I am the Angry Me fan, and this is the Nanatsu no Taizai, chapter 208. As Diana and King in both Dolor and Gloxnia's bodies respectively look up, they see Meliodas confirms that those are the Indra, and they are actually, and for some reason King seems to remember the word Indra. However, Meliodas does confirm another thing, another reason why Indra is a one-winged angel form. Once again confirming something, and I like when an author actually confirms. Why didn't they access that form? Well, it is also not only because they don't like it, and because of what I said last week. No, it's also because according to Meliodas, they will rampage like that until they die. And given the power level of the current timeline, if any of the Ten Commandments decides to go Indra, Britannia, who knows, even the world may die. But definitely Britannia. So, in a way, I will just say that, of course, Ludociel was a powerful foe, but for Derere and Moonspieto to do that, well, I have to say that is beyond anger. So, but Elisabeth says she will not exterminate them, even though Ludociel says that if you were us, we could do that. Instead, she shows her godly magic power, and let's just say it's amazing. From the depths of her eye, she creates, I know it's a word for those kind of spirals, but I don't know why. She calls it "Let There Be Light" as she fires flowery-like light at both Moonspiet and Derere and temporarily pushes them back. It is worth noting that those flowers are almost the same as when Elisabeth unlocked her healing ability for the first time. When her light spread across the field, flowers began to bloom. So Let There Be Light seems to be the ultimate healing move, a way of purifying the ultimate evil. And according to Moonspiet, this is something that she believes that they do not deserve Elisabeth's salvation. But it's clear to me that Ludociel, it's obvious that what I meant to say is we all know he is a complete racist when it comes to demons, but I'm actually beginning to wonder, this is almost beyond fanatic racism. It's almost irrational hatred. They are the ultimate threat to the Goddess clan and the entire races, they say. Well, I wouldn't exactly deny that they are a threat to all the other races. But at the same time, he seems to be more of the king saying they're a threat to them, no one else. And it turns out that Indra can become even more powerful the more sinister they grow, as Derere and Moonspiet change into more dangerous forms. Even Meliodas cannot back off when this. As the other two of Tarmiel and Samiel heal their wounds, Luduciel tells them to get and help them as he prepares a light, but then Meliodas decides he may not be able to help with Elisabeth against the Ten Commandments Indura, but he can damn sure protect her from Luduciel and the other goddesses clan, as she blames herself for this unfortunate tragedy. Suddenly, Tarmiel and Sarmiel asks, "They are our sworn enemies, Lady Elisabeth. Why makes them worth saving?" And then she says the line. And who decides this worth? Who has the right to decide such a thing? And mention what I said in the beginning, the light of the dawn and the curtain of night, Father Licia says. He bathes us all equally. The fact that King and Diana hears that, I so hope they will take that to heart and become stronger and unite their races. This is the ultimate proof that Goddess Elisabeth was more than just an ultimate kind person. She could very well have been the key to unite everything, but she died. Who killed her, and what kind of tragedy happened? Who knows? Now when I see this, I'm actually beginning to wonder why she did seal them away, but who knows? But the fact what Luduciel screams here, for the first time he has a villainous breakdown and mentions a name. Well, not a name, more like he will never forgive you for this. Now, this is getting interesting. We all know that the demon have a demon king, so are you telling me the goddess clan also have a king? Well, of course they do. Who could else control the Luduciel and the other four archangels, whoever the fourth is? I'm actually beginning to doubt that it is Elisabeth. Don't get me wrong, that magic power she has is amazing. But it's worth noting what she does is not hurting them. No, she's purifying them. Meaning her magic is the ultimate healing. I don't think it's the ultimate attack. Or who knows? But the very fact that Luduciel seems to imply that Goddess Elisabeth is unique. And the fact that he mentions this, he will not forgive you for this, could very well hint towards the god of the goddess clan. So you tell me the goddess clan's ultimate leader is also a racist towards the demons, just as the demon king is a racist towards all the other ones? It could very well be what I suspected, that the reason why Goddess Elisabeth is treated with such respect, even for archangels, is not because she's one of them, but because she may very well be the child of the god on the top. A typical Romeo and Juliet relationship, huh? And she says she doesn't need anyone's forgiveness. But it's clear, though, that... but now we see the ultimate true proof why Goddess Elisabeth's words are very powerful. Because then Tarmiel and Sarmiel actually assist with the light and decides to help Elisabeth, simply because they're doing this of their own free will. And with that, her purifications pushes out all their darkness. As Moonspiet and Derere fall to the ground, they're almost in an embrace. That's how they were purified. So it turns out that when an Indra activates their Indra form, they can never return. So I wonder if they even knew that. But then again, I think even if she did know that Elisabeth technically saved them, she does look like the kind of person that will never forgive anyone. So, who knows? But the next chapter also has an interesting name. Explain these feelings to me. Could very well be that I'm starting to think that, it's clear that the goddess clan, besides Elisabeth, has all been jerks and a bit of a racist. But I'm actually beginning to wonder, maybe it's more of the fact that they are haughty and stuff. Could it be that they just don't know the meaning of worth and salvation? Who knows? Also, we get some extra chapters, and I actually have to say that I dislike them. One that shows that Hawk temporarily turning into a human body, and we see a little bit of his dick. You showed baby doll anatomy to the females, but you don't do it to the males? What is wrong with this author? And then something about Hawk using a fork on Bauhaus's butt in order to see if it has openings, but it seems to have some abilities to warm stuff up, so yeah. Who knows, who knows, who knows. But those side chapters are not important, they are actually kind of disgusting. Either way, that's basically this chapter. I have to say, Goddess Elisabeth's kindness is very worth noting. That's the ultimate kindness of all. But this is the first hint we are getting towards a top god. And something more. So yeah, that's how their Moonspit turned back. Still, even if the other two archangels seem to be a little bit more understanding of this, we cannot forget that Meta Skyla and Gother are about to head to the heavens, so whatever disaster happens, it's going to happen. So give me your thoughts if you have any.